All right, y'all, welcome to the show. I got a lot of stuff to talk to you guys about today. So in just a second, Elon Musk and his DOGE cuts have now officially killed at least 27 Americans. It's already been the case that people overseas are experiencing immense pain as a result of these DOGE cuts, but now it's come home. So I'll dive into that for you. We also have Trump's evil plan for war with Iran has been revealed. Steve Witkoff, his foreign policy guy, went on the Sunday shows and accidentally told the truth about what they're going to do, and it is not pretty at all. Then we'll get to Israel's detailed plan to eliminate free speech in America exposed. It's called Project Esther. We have RFK Jr. is now massively restricting the COVID vaccine. I'll give you all the information on that. Trump is letting Boeing get away with murder. It's really a shame because I'm not kidding when I say this might be the only show that talks about this and goes deep on it. And then later on, Elon Musk programs Grok to do Holocaust denial, and Oklahoma schools are going full fascist. So a lot of stuff going on. Everybody do me a big favor. Please subscribe to the channel. You know the drill. That helps out massively. It costs you nothing at all. Thank you to everybody who supports this show on Patreon. That link is below if you'd like to help out. $2 a month, $5 a month, whatever it may be, goes a long way. Remember, I've never had a conversation with an advertiser. I've never done an ad read. This is real independent media. This is real grassroots media. Very proud of that fact. You can also sign up for Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. That link is below as well. And go subscribe to my boy Corn's World YouTube channel, because we post the Kyle and Corn episodes over there, and people seem to enjoy it, and I'm trying to get him to 100,000 subscribers. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it, and we'll start with this. This is devastating. So the New York Times is reporting that after cuts, a Kentucky weather office scrambles for staffing as severe storms bear down. The office in Jackson, Kentucky is one of several left without an overnight forecaster after hundreds of jobs were recently cut from the National Weather Service. So Elon Musk illegally hacks into our government, starts stealing everybody's data, starts deleting all of the agencies that he doesn't like, starts doing massive cuts to agencies he doesn't like. That's how pediatric cancer research was slashed. That's how home heating assistance was slashed. That's how the education department was slashed. And one of the things that he did, and we talked about this before on the show, is they did massive layoffs for the National Weather Service. So, for example, we don't have as many weather balloons being put up as we used to. There's way fewer. In fact, I think it's about half of the weather balloons that we used to have. Overnight forecaster, like they say here. Now, some places don't have an overnight forecaster. Okay, so now let's go over to my boy Ryan Hall. This guy has a really great weather-focused YouTube channel, and he's been sounding the alarm on this for a while, man. He's been saying, you know, look, this guy's obsessed with weather, and every single person who does the weather, they get their information from the National Weather Service, from NOAA. And so he was warning for a long time, like, hey, man, this is going to lead to big problems if you just cut such a basic thing like our ability to do weather forecasting. So here he was live covering the horrific storms that hit Kentucky and Missouri, and here's what he says.
We're talking about here is a big deal. I am so surprised that we don't have an upgraded warning from the National Weather Service. One of the things that I do want to mention is I'm pretty sure this is the National Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky, my local National Weather Service here. This is one of the places that's understaffed right now. I don't know if you guys have been following the news, big layoffs across the National Weather Service and stuff like that. That might be a result of a problem that we're having there. If so, that's crazy. That's crazy. We're about to have a large tornado go through a very populated area with much less warning than what there should be as a result of that. Guys, all I can tell you right now is if you know anybody in Somerset, call them right now and let them know what's going on. I'm not kidding. Like, this is a big deal. This is a huge deal. We've got a massive tornado about to slam through Oak Hill, Bourbon, and Ferguson here. The good news is, once again, that the sirens are going off. The sirens are going off in Somerset. If you're in Somerset, this is, guys, this is an incredibly dangerous situation. We don't have any visual on this or anything. It's going to be hard to see even for the locals. Like, we're getting into a little bit more of a rugged terrain. but we might have a huge tornado going on right here. And I mean, this is probably worthy of a higher end tornado warning. This is an intense to violent tornado going on right now in Kentucky, and it just has a radar indicated tornado warning right now.
Wow. So here you have a weather YouTuber who's an expert in this stuff, and he's pointing out the office is underfunded. We don't have an overnight forecaster. As I said, they don't even have the same number of weather balloons. Here you have a situation where people's lives are literally in danger because Elon Musk wanted to pretend to be the emperor of America and cut whatever the hell he wanted to cut. By the way, as those things are being cut, remember, he's taken $38 billion in government subsidies. That is your tax money and my tax money going right to the companies of Elon Musk, as he is destroying the very basics that a government should be able to do. So guess what, y'all? At least 27 people dead after tornadoes sweep through Kentucky and Missouri. Powerful storms and tornadoes ripped through several Midwestern and Southern states overnight Friday, leaving flattened buildings and at least 27 people dead in their wake. At least 18 people have died in Kentucky, Governor Andy Beshear said Saturday evening, and acknowledged that the number could rise. Governor Beshear spoke at a press conference on Saturday in London, Kentucky, a hard-hit city in the southeastern part of the state. The governor and other officials who spoke were emotional as they described the devastation. Look at this picture. This is a devastating tornado that tore through a subdivision in the middle of the night, and that is the worst kind of disaster. One of the victims was a first responder, Roger Leslie Leatherman, a Laurel County fireman. Most of the victims were in their 60s and 70s, the governor said. Kristen Mosley, who lives in London, said her home was spared, but many neighbors were not so lucky. Quote, total devastation. I mean, trees ripped up, houses ripped apart. You can't really put into words how tragic it is. In Missouri, 5 people in the St. Louis area have died, according to the city's mayor, Kara Spencer. Over 30 more people were injured, warning that the number could be higher. The AP reported 2 more storm victims in other parts of the state and an additional 2 storm-related deaths in Virginia. Spencer called the devastation truly tremendous and said an estimated 5,000 buildings were impacted. The devastation is truly heartbreaking, she added. In St. Louis, responders are still searching homes and buildings for survivors, and officials are asking people to stay out of the impacted areas to allow crews to do their work. Officials announced a curfew for Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. due to downed power lines to protect property. So we didn't get the kind of warnings that one should get in this scenario because of Elon Musk, because of DOGE, because of their idiotic cuts. And I don't know what your guys' take on this is, but I'll tell you mine. This is criminal. First of all, the actions alone that they did are illegal, are unconstitutional. Congress has the power of the purse. Elon Musk usurped that power for himself. That's what happened. They're violating what's called the Impoundment Control Act. Namely, if Congress gives money for a certain thing, the money has to go for that thing. The president or the world's richest man can't decide on a whim, I don't want the money to go to that, so I'm going to stop it from going to that. Well, that's exactly what Elon Musk did here in multiple ways. What's been happening is illegal and is unconstitutional. And now, as a direct result of his actions, 27 people are dead. Who knows how many of those people could have survived if we had the proper warning systems in place, if we had an overnight forecaster, if we didn't have those funding cuts. This is criminal. Elon Musk should be locked up. Elon Musk should be locked up. People could be dead as a direct result of his cuts. That's what people need to understand. That's what you need to realize. And I want all of the media to connect these dots for people like we're doing right here. Because if you're not, that's an abdication of your duty. Like it would be journalistic malpractice to not say the exact same things that I'm saying right here in this segment. Again, they want a $1.1 trillion military budget. The Pentagon failed 7 audits in a row, can't account for over 60% of their money, but they want to increase that 13%. They want Elon Musk to get $38 billion in subsidies, but they don't want to make sure we have accurate weather forecasts. They don't want to make sure we have around-the-clock forecasters to send out the proper warnings at the proper times. Among the grants that have been canceled at Harvard, a study with 116,000 women going back to 1989 looking for the cause of breast cancer, a similar study of men going back to 1986, 7-year project on the evolution of cancer, study on reversing ASL symptoms, a project to reverse aging in mice. These are just some of the things that the slash and burn mindset of the right have gotten us. And that's to say nothing of the literally millions of people who will die overseas because of the U.S. aid cuts, because people can't get their HIV and AIDS medicine, because they can't get their malaria treatment. People are dying as a result of this robber baron billionaire criminal who only wants to steal money for himself, steal everybody's data, and screw over regular people all around the world. Grotesque. He should be locked up. Elon Musk should be locked up. He should be locked up immediately. If it wasn't for him and his reckless DOGE cuts, then we would have had better warnings in place for these horrific storms. This is what you guys need to understand. Look, I got plenty of criticisms of the Democrats, but at least under the Democrats, the most basic shit that you didn't have to used to think about, now you have to think about it under the Republicans. I mean, we said it before, 7 plane crashes under Trump. That wasn't happening before because they slashed the FAA. They got rid of the air traffic controllers. That's what they did, right? They don't want to fund this shit. They don't want to fund basic shit. Now we got to worry about weather forecasts now. Something that we've all taken for granted because it's just like a basic of a functional society. We might not have the right weather forecast because we got fewer balloons out there. We don't have overnight forecasters, so we don't get the proper warnings at the right time. These people are criminals, man. Lock them up, lock them up, lock them up. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.